playsets are a true to property experience. This one takes place in the fiction of the Lone Ranger, the movie. What we're trying to do is not necessarily be a retelling of the story, but give you an experience inside that world.
So with Lone Ranger, kind of what you're seeing is we didn't like copy the movie, but we took a look at their properties, what they're doing with the sets, and just trying to make it like a different set of things going on, but also like not just following what they're doing in the movie one for one. So even like some of the rules we follow in the Lone Ranger, like some of the playsets you actually customize all of your town. You can turn them pink or green or whatever else. We actually made a conscious choice because we could do those things, but it's like we figured if someone wanted to play the Lone Ranger, they wanted it to be this western town, and so we tried to keep that authentic. What I was just kind of showing the gentleman before you was we still wanted something to be able to customize, and so we're like, well, let's do the train. It's like, so you can do different wheels, different cars, different effects, and it's just something a little extra to make it fun.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, like most levels, you can customize your towns and stuff. So if you decide, like, I don't like this guy over here, I don't like his big red nose and his green hat. Take him in.
Nice.
Ties. There we go. I like him better that way. So it's a way to kind of personalize your town. The overarching storyline is the Cavendish gang has come in, they've taken over the town, and so your first mission is to like kick the bad guys out of town. And then they also talk about they've disabled the railroad. So kind of the first missions are getting into like how you ride horses, learning a little bit about combat, how you can use a ricochet. One of the things we did to try to make it a little funner is that you can shoot at metal objects in the world and they'll ricochet. So like sometimes like the bad guy standing around a corner, you can take a shot off one of these objects. So if it's like standing back over there, it'll go towards him and hit him.
And now, so things you do in this playset earn you toys for the toy box?
Yes, so what you'll see is like the little red capsules, those are in game or in the level customizations. So you'll have train cars or different character customizations for the townspeople. And then you'll also see these little green capsules. So those little guys, the green ones, those are things like I could play with the mule inside of the toy box or inside of my level, but like we thought it'd be funny. Like some of these things we just thought it'd be funny because we like the mule. So we like asked the guy who was putting it together. It's like, can you unlock the mule when you're in the toy box because we think that'd be way funnier there. And so like a few days later, it's like, okay, you can get the mule now.
Nice.
So different things will unlock. In this game, you can actually spawn a mule if you want a mule. Ride him around. He doesn't have the high-speed thing like Silver, but it's just another way to get around town.
By the starter pack, you get Sully, you get Mr. Incredible, and you also get Jack Sparrow. So he's right over here. We're up here. So you get those three, and you get the playset piece. This is the Pirates of the Caribbean, Monsters Incredible, the Monsters University, and the Incredibles playsets. You can play through all the story modes on those, and then by playing through the story modes, you will complete quests and missions, and you unlock toys. You unlock those toys in the story mode, you unlock those in the toy box. So you can bring them over, and then when you play in the toy box, you can bring them into the world.
We created a really large game in Toy Story, but what we started to notice is like when people had a lot of fun in the missions and doing everything, but at the end of the day, even though people worked at our company, we're like, yeah, I sat down with my son and we just goofed around with all these different things and the different properties, and so that's kind of where we set off. We were like, man, when I was a little kid and I had my G.I. Joe, my friend had like $6 million man. We had a set of Lincoln Logs. It's like, okay, game on. We're gonna build a Lego town with like little walls and put a Lincoln Log village in it, and it's like we'll see whose character's better. So that's where when we looked at Toy Story 3, we were like, man, kids really love this, right? But at the same time, we wanted to create these play sets. Like if I go see the Lone Ranger movie, like I want to experience that. We wanted to create like an experience for them. But also at the same time, once you finish the level, since these characters all go back to the toy box, you can like start creating like your own adventures. So if like one of your sons likes cars, you can have a queen. It's like if you like Lone Ranger, you can pull in the Lone Ranger. If your daughter likes one of the female characters, and we have a good number you're not seeing here, she can bring them in, and then you can start creating these these adventures. We're also creating, like, because the editor is pretty powerful, we do have some stuff that we created for people, so like a younger child could jump in, experience a lot of these like things you can do with a more advanced playset, and so we're trying to make it a little more accessible to both the younger crowd and fun enough for the older crowd. So,
yeah, right now we're in the bitter end of trying to ship Infinity 1, but we've already had conversations going on about what is Infinity 2, what are we going to do. When you look at the vault Disney properties, you know, Disney is one of the leaders in creating content annually, and we'll be able to leverage that with this platform. You know, anything done by feature, obviously live action is now, you know, something we can do as well. You know, going back in time, you know, there are loved properties, things like Tarzan, Cinderella. You know, we can tap into all those.
And the catalog's so big.
Right.
You know, I've gotten questions from like very old characters to other characters that, you know, I don't know if we have access to, but we are in discussions with, like, you know, the different parts of Disney about what's the next set that we go with. So there are like, I mean, we have Mrs. Incredible, which, you know, she has her stretchy arms, but there are some female characters that will be available, and you'll be able to pull them in a toy box, and a lot of things going forward, they're going to be different movie properties or things that are already there that we're investigating about everything. I mean, I'd see things in the game where when I saw the Tron Recognizer, I'm like, where'd that come from? And it's like, but it was so funny because it's like, I love Tron, so I was like, I gotta get that.
Right.
And I'm like flying that thing around. It's like, this is awesome.
Yeah, as far as the other lines of business within the Walt Disney Company, you've got, you know, the theme parks. Yeah, we can support all kinds of things there. There's, you know, some of the power discs that we have bring in some of those themes and some of the capabilities. You know, there are some special discs, kind of limited edition kinds of things that will be available at the parks, at the Disney stores, through other retail partners that, you know, give away some special stuff, you know, without giving away some of the secrets that, you know. But yeah, there's a lot of great stuff. We are really excited about what this is going to be, what it is, what it will be into the future.